account, O'Keefe steps in and gets a goal tonight.
Everything about that goal for the ambush they have not done this year. They had to change all those things there, and they get an early first goal. They take their first lead of the season. They score the first goal of a game for this season, I should say.
Nice job by the ambush killing that penalty.
Fantastic. Start they really needed here. Wave have fought 2 hard games already, wins over San Diego and the Comets. So they know what they're doing here. They will not be walked over by this ambush team in any way, shape, or form. They're going to come back here. The question is when and how hard.
One ambush player that is off to a good start, Daniel Torabella. And once again, they're good at taking on people. Let's see how much they can get him into the offense and what he can create.
DeDuca, past the man. He's got a chance here. He beats Bonahede! Hulk smash! 2-0 ambush.
That right there is what we need to see more of with DeDuca. I'd like to see him beat players and take players on a little more. He does such a good job of holding the ball up, and he's so dangerous. His finishing is so good around the goal.
DeDuca had a chance, and he just beats Bonahede easy to that left side shot. Bonahede tries to come out and play big. Bounced back a little bit, gave DeDuca a little bit of an angle there, coming down that right wing. Left-footed shot, a beautiful goal from Hulk. Really more finesse than smash on that one, but those are the kind of goals we haven't seen the ambush score very often, especially this season.
Yeah, and that's a goal that DeDuca doesn't score a ton because he's more of a hold-up player, but I like it when he does roll and take people on.
Ambush's game plan today was going to be a lot of that gritty hold-up play, but so far, a lot of fast, open, kind of hectic plays have resulted in a 2-0 early lead here. What do the Wave do? Does it change their game plan? Marcio Leite, first-year head coach, but obviously a veteran of this league, a veteran of this matchup.
Yeah, he's been here. He's seen this before, so it's not something that I think he's worried about. He'll make a couple adjustments here and close things down and continue to get this team going forward.
O'Keefe turned it over on the boards, but then he was able to slow things down with a little toe poke on Alvarez. Walls, former ambush, settling things down. Steinwasher is going to head to the bench to bring in Ian Bennett. Walls as well. Settle in for Mike Howell, Milwaukee native.
Ian Bennett's a player that he just keeps going and going, and there's games where he goes by, you don't notice him, and then next thing you know, he's got 3 goals on the board.
Ambush allowed 15 goals in those first 2 games. Defense just as important as the offense when it comes to this team making a step, and so far, only 1 real attempt against Paolo. Ian Bennett deep, covered by O'Keefe. Again, they're going to try to bring the ambush backwards and then stretch them out and try to attack behind. It worked early when they got Alvarez wide open but couldn't hit the pass. But will the ambush be able to keep this up? Pressure him deep, pressure him deep. Don't let yourself get stretched out, though.
And new player for the ambush, John Gates, on the field right now, playing in his first game. His father, John Gates, Sr., played with me back in the day for the ambush and was a phenomenal player. And the young lad getting a chance to play here.
Gates, number 23, man with the short cropped hair right there. Legacy player here in the St. Louis area, plenty of those. Will Eske on Sanchez. Sanchez, the long ball, big save by Paolo. Off the wall, and the Wave are going to get one back.
Alex Sanchez, he puts balls on goal, and if it's not something that can be held, it's going to create opportunities, and there creates an opportunity for Max Ferdinand to cut through the box and tap that in.
The walls have been very useful for the opponents in the Family Arena so far this season. The ambush, though, they're leading early, 2-1 over the Milwaukee Waves. 7:48 left to play here in this first frame. You're listening to MASL TV.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive one free core service. See you soon at Go Ambush.
MASLsoccer.com, your ultimate home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. Catch the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and so much more.
Max Ferdinand on the bench after putting up the first one for the Milwaukee Wave. We're back here, St. Charles, Missouri, the Family Arena. The St. Louis Ambush have an early 2-1 lead over the Milwaukee Wave. Ambush scored just 3 goals in each of their first 2 games, but already in this first frame, 2 goals for this Ambush offense. But again, Max Ferdinand over 300 points did get one in to make it a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, we talked to Donnie Alberti before the game. He talked about wanting to get out to a good start and put a little bit of pressure on Milwaukee, who's on the road. They did that. Milwaukee bounces right back, and you can expect that from a team like Milwaukee, a very organized team.
Easy whistle there from Christian Briggs as he bowled down his man Oscar Flores. And now that'll be a good chance here for the Wave. Bennett flashes across the defense as they're going to have to reset the ball here. We're all just pointing at it aggressively.
We need to keep an eye at Carvalho on the far side here. They might look to try and slide it over to him.
Carvalho is going to have a chance now. The rebound. Oh, he just misses. Almost deadly there for number 7. It's wide there and will remain 2-1.
St. Louis looks like they're really trying to concentrate, getting into a defensive shell here and picking their opportunities of when they want to step up and press.
Yeah, a little 3-man line they tried to create there to stop any progression from the Wave. And here's a restart chance there. Almeida tried to slow things down. Ball was in a dead zone. Ambush got to kick themselves for losing that.
A little bit of a wrinkle St. Louis has thrown is James Togba playing higher up, not playing in the back, maybe a little bit more in the midfield or even up top on target. He's already created some good opportunities.
The positioning of James Togba and Will Eske, who again 0 points, no goals, no assists through these first 2 games. He's a guy who's led this team in multiple categories over the last 3 seasons, each of the last 3 seasons as well. So how do you get Will Eske involved? It probably involves getting him higher up on the pitch. Austin with a steal there. Tony Walls couldn't keep that one going. Austin, another sliding defensive play by Alvarez. Beautiful stop there. Austin wasted a chance.
Good pressure there, but Tyler Austin, he needs to do a little bit better there with keeping that ball. Great play by Alvarez coming back and sweeping that away.
Got to make a decision quicker than that. Carvalho down the right wing here for the Wave. Robert Williamson against him. Cuts inside. He's going to slow things down. Too many defenders in green. Move over to the left side for Sanchez, but he skips it as Cueta. And they'll reset again. Correa.
Sanchez, the player we talked about being so dangerous. He likes to get that ball wide. He's such a good one-on-one player at taking people on. And when he can unleash his shot from wherever it is on the field, he's so accurate.
Steinwasser's duo on the field. Just an awesome little step over there to try to free himself from the defense, but it's a turnover in the other area. Steinwasser, diving stop by Paulo. Steinwasser to Steinwasser, no go there. Alex to Javier was intercepted by Jeff Michaud, potentially a goal-saving play. Turnover there, trying to recover, and a weather wide shot for the Wave. Correa on that one, couldn't get it as Larson Rogers, the former Wave, was reaching. Williamson recovers, good off the wall, and just another opportunity missed for the Wave. The ball just a little bit too quick for Steinwasser.
Well done there by Mike Howell. Ball played off the boards around him, but used his body well to keep Count O'Keefe from getting through.
Ferdinand versus Williamson off your screen near the goal. As we've had a lot of 4-by-1 lineups and sets here from the Wave on offense. Into the corner for Ferdinand. Doubled up now and a turnover favoring the ambush. Good job there adding to the pressure was Randy Martinez for the ambush, number 91. Ball in the air, great ball for Togba. Togba playing forward, tries to keep it up, and he will. Foot race there, and it will not be won by Rogers. But Togba and Walls get caught up. We'll get a whistle against Togba going the other way. 3:52 left to play. Ambush still nursing an early 2-1 lead.
You see Milwaukee there trying to really isolate Max Ferdinand up top. The important part there is if that's the case and you can get it in down low, Ferdinand has to be able to hold it and be able to get a play off, because St. Louis has done a good job of coming back and doubling. If you don't get a good first touch on down there and you're doubled, it's going to create problems.
Also, as a forward who played down near the goal line a lot, Mark, I can't imagine that receiving the ball and having all of your potential passing teammates 40 yards away from you isn't the easiest thing to manage either. Because these are a long gap that the then runners have to cover for Ferdinand, whoever it is, to actually then pass it off and create the next play.
Well, and that's what makes that first touch so important, to get it off the boards and away from the boards to where you're in control of the direction you're going. And if there is the runner, then you can lay that ball onto that runner.
Williamson up to Gates. Gates down to Duca trying to create that hold-up play off the wall, but Alvarez too silky with it, keeps the play alive for the Wave. Gates, though, hustle play, wins this one. Pass Ludwig, off the wall. Torrealba, chance here, tries it again, another one just too high. Reset here as Gates will go to the bench.
Well done by young John Gates. Get there. I think that might have caught a little bit of crossbar.
Oh, nifty move by Torrealba. We're going to have to get a slow-mo on that one. That was a beautiful step over.
He has some quick feet, that's for sure.
Sanchez, speaking of quick feet, down the right side. He's got Flores against the wall, but Torrealba playing defense now. Shuttles it towards Paulo, and the ambush can reset. Williamson to Machad. Paulo is going to take this one out. Looking for a ball deep. He's got a man deep, and it's going to be Falzone. No, he put it into the stands.
Got to be a little better there from Paulo. They gave him the space to get up almost to midfield. He's got to be able to keep that ball in play.
Tony Walls looking for somebody to find here on the free kick. Speaking of wasting a chance there, Tony Walls puts it into
Tony Walls got to do a better job. Keep that in the field.
Everyone's just got to do better, guys. Come on. Foul zone. Ambush with a similar 4-out, one big man trying to win the potential hold-up play.
And this is where the ambush kind of struggled the first two games, was when teams got packed in defensively, the ambush had trouble breaking them down.
Off the wall for Briggs. He tried it again. Too easy. Bonahenne is going to have that one every time. Minute 15 left here in this first quarter. Steinwasser, terrible pass. Terrible touch, excuse me, but he doesn't lose the possession. Again, they're going to set it up here. As you're going to see on your screen, we got a shot here on Mr. Steinwasser. As he's going to set things up. The 4 deep players for the Wave. They got 1 player lined up just inside the arc on Michaud. That's going to be Carvalho. Steinwasser's going to try to get in there, but look at the ambush, trap him in the middle of the field. Going to have to go over the top if they want to get the ball to Carvalho. There it is, Carvalho. But no runners are dangerous in space here for the ambush. Wave.
Well, and the good thing about Carvalho when he receives that.
2 players here. Briggs cuts it out from Bennett, but it falls to Alvarez. And a good job from Falzone to restart here for the ambush. 21 seconds left to go. Tristan Austin pulls it back to Briggs. Michaud over to the left side here. Can he get it to Almeida? No, he will not. He's going to reset it deep again. 10 seconds. Better pass here. Not so much better there from Paulo. He's going to turn that one over, but Michaud's going to cut out any problems. 3, 2, 1. A uneventful final few minutes of that frame, but nonetheless, we got a very good start here. The ambush jumped out to a 2-0 lead. The Wave cut one back, and we'll have a 2-1 ambush lead when we start the second frame here from St. Louis, Missouri. It's the Family Arena, it's the ambush, and it's the Wave here on MASL TV.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or 2.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics.
We're back here for the second quarter. St. Charles, Missouri. It's the ambush taking on the Wave, and the ambush have jumped out to a very big for them 2-1 lead here over the Wave. A 2-0 lead that was cut down by 1 by a Max Ferdinand goal, a phrase that has been said a few hundred times in his career. But the ambush, 3 goals in their first 2 games. Now they get 2 in this first frame. Big start here, Mark Moser.
Yeah, I think the ambush should have to be happy at this point, up 2-1. They've created some opportunities and finished chances. We talked earlier about, not finishing the chances that they created. They've done that. This game's a long way from over because this is an experienced Milwaukee team that can give you different looks throughout the game.
And with Ferdinand, with Bennett, Carvalho, Alvarez, Sanchez, the young gun of the group. I mean, there's so much scoring power in this Wave lineup that a 1-goal lead is, like you said, it's nothing. It's a nice thing to have, but something you got to build on if you're the ambush. Taduka off the wall, trying to build on it there. It's Torrealba. No go.
A little bit of a mismatch there with Taduka and Esqueda. Taduka is going to push him around a little bit anytime it's in down low with those two.
Strong lineup here on the field to start. Taduka, Eske, and Torrealba, as well as Robert Williamson and one of the new players, Randy Martinez, for the ambush. Martinez now matched up against Ferdinand, one of the new players on this team, matched up against a legend in the league.
Martinez coming from Empire here in St. Louis and getting his first look.
Martinez against Ferdinand. He wins that battle, but he'll be called for a foul there, and the Wave will get a restart.
It's an opportunity for Milwaukee. They're going to want to knock it back here to Sanchez and see if he can take somebody on and get something off.
And he'll be trying to take on Mr. Colin O'Keefe. Turns it over. Taduka is going to get the steal. 3-on-2 going the other way for the ambush. They're ahead of the Wave defenders. O'Keefe takes it to the wall, and it's just going to putter to Banahene for nothing.
Alvarez, good job closing that down and blocking that shot and slowing things up a little bit.
Plenty of room to work with for Alvarez. He has Flores deep, covered by Eske. Alvarez down to the right wing for Sanchez. Flores finding space behind walls, gets the hold-up play there. He's got Alvarez cutting, but he's got man deep now. Resets to Tony Walls. Stupid Grable is the man deep for the Wave, but they're going to lose it here. Eske fighting off Grable. And they'll retain possession there after the whistle.
Yeah, a little bit of a tug there by Grable on Will Eske as he was getting ready to turn.
Briggs, long ball off the wall. Can they get something going off the wall? Almost very Kansas City Comets to Zach Reggett move there with Falzone, but nothing doing for the ambush. It's going to reset here. Gates gets it to Paolo. He's pressured by Flores. Going the other way. 2-on-1 now for the ambush if they can take advantage of it. 3-on-2 if they can. Oh, and an early shot there from O'Keefe. You got to move the ball there, don't you, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I think he did. I mean, that's too far out to shoot against a keeper like Willie B. You're not going to beat him from there.
And that's a 3-on-2 and then a potential with everyone sprinting. Potential 4-on-3 there for the ambush. And both times they barely get a good shot off, let alone a dangerous one. Long ball. Banahene, though, is going to handle that outside with his chest. Austin, though, retains. On Ludwig, took it too far, and Steinwasser's going to come up and try to win this one. Alex Steinwasser, his hands up, but he can't win that one. Almeida, oh, it would have been buttery into the side netting, but too much there. High foot there from Falzone. Easy foul call by the official. That's Quake that just got a little bit of a singe on the eyebrow.
Yeah, he got up a little high there. And Esqueda bent over a tad, but it was still too high.
Steinwasser trying to split the defense, and he gets to Azqueta. Loose ball, though, picked up by Jeff Michaud. Ambush still lead now, 2-1. 11:54 left here in this first half. Torrealba pressuring Javier. He's got to set it off to Tony Walls.
St. Louis continuing just to get that drop back, play defense, and then try and win the ball and go ahead and attack, and they've done a good job of that so far.
Briggs wins by pushing down two Milwaukee Wave players, getting no whistle, but the ambush will take it. Not sure if you can get away with that much defending throughout the game. The ambush trying to play out of their own side now. Little pressure there, but a good reset by Torrealba to the other side. Larson Rogers on Sanchez. As the Wave were able to take that one back.
And this is that look we were talking about with Togba playing up a lot higher. A little something for the ambush, doing something different here. Both Michaud and Togba playing a lot higher than normal.
Togba waited for that one. Now he's going to try to get something going here over the top. Torrealba, good job being cut out by Correa. He's going to retain that one. He's got it in the corner. Torrealba not giving up, though. He's going to get called for a foul. Too much persistent contact in the corner.
Elsewhere in the MASL right now in the second quarter, Utica City up 3-2 over Kansas City.
It's 2-0 versus the Ambush, but struggling outside of their cross-state rivals, as Sanchez trying to make something happen inside the yellow line, but a reset again from the Wave, who have not been able to get close and in front of Paolo. I'm trying to change it here. Ferdinand, turnage against Williamson. Williamson holding him off, drops it off to Correa, too long. And then Correa trying to replay it off the wall, will put it into the stands.
That's well done by Max Ferdinand, holding that.
Yeah, it was.
Being able, keeping an arm out on Robert Williamson, keeping him a distance, and then just rolling it off where Milwaukee can get a shot off.
Yeah, Williamson lets him do that one or two more times, he will have a goal or an assist. Flores cuts off the short pass to O'Keefe, so Williamson's got to go over the top, and that's going to lose possession for the Ambush. Flores keeps on hustling, but couldn't get a good bounce there, and the Ambush take over. On the side here, Williamson steps into it, gets it up to Duduka. Duduka, guarded by the big man Howell. No Huffman today. Suspended with a red card. I'm told he is in the stands, cheering his teammates on here on this road trip for the Wave. And a physical play still continuing without Huffman as Flores is knocked down, and we'll get a restart here back at the original spot around the Axios logo.
Mike Howell doing a good job there with Duduka. Duduka's so big and strong. Mike Howell, a young player, his first year. Played his college ball at Western Illinois University, and then did his undergrad at Wisconsin Parkside.
Ludwig got things started up that right side, but another foul against the Ambush. I believe that one's going to be against the young man, Randy Martinez? Torrealba, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know that Torrealba was, didn't think there was that much to that.
His hair blending in with the boards there for a minute. Free kick chance here just outside the yellow. Alvarez to take it for the Wave. He'll just drop this one off. He's got Carvalho on that oh-so-comfortable right wing. Sanchez on the left. Tries to cut inside. Right shot. What a beauty, but it's saved by Paolo. Fingertips.
You see that right there with Sanchez, that he is so dangerous from a distance to get that bend on that. That ball's going in unless Paolo gets his fingers on that.
You don't see a lot of looping English shots like that in the indoor game a lot. And the guys who can pull them off, usually if it's the long range, it's more of a booming kind of power shot. But, man, he had the curve on that one. It was a gorgeous ball from Sanchez. And we talked to the head coach, Marcio Leite, about how, you know, he's got that shot in his arsenal, but last year what took him from being a good player to an elite player was being able to make those plays in front of the net and getting into the grittier areas consistently. And so far tonight, the Ambush have done a good job keeping him outside of those areas. As
That's exactly the point. I think the Ambush have done a good job of not letting him get in tighter.
Ludwig tacked that one up. Good header from Tristan to reset things. Paolo takes over. Rolls this one out back to Austin. Togba up in front like you've been talking about, goes into that hold-up play. They've won the ball now. What are they going to do with it? Probably not what you want to do with it. I'm guessing Togba going full rugby player isn't the general offensive game plan when he wins the ball up high like that.
Yeah, well done by Max Ludwig there, defending to get his body in front and just cut him off enough to where Togba puts his arms out around him to try and get by him and gets the foul called.
Reset in favor of the Wave. Pressure here from the Ambush. Togba almost had a turnover in front of Banahene.
Well done, the Ambush there, coming out, pressing a little bit higher.
You're going to have to pick their chances to press against a team like the Wave, but that was one time. Here's another chance here, Rogers. And as Togba runs away, pointing at his feet, I can't help but agree.
Yeah, Rogers going to want that one back. Got a little too anxious and sliced that one up into the net.
We will slice this one over to our sponsors. We'll come back. 7:56 left in this first half. It's the St. Louis Ambush leading 2-1 over the Milwaukee Wave here on MASL TV. Welcome back in to the Family Arena, St. Charles, Missouri. St. Louis Ambush hosting the Milwaukee Wave, the third game of the season. Both these clubs 2-0 for the Wave, 0-2 for the Ambush. Can that change? Early returns say maybe. Ambush here with a 2-1 lead, 7:56 left to play here in this first half.
Good start by the Ambush in this first half with what they're doing pressuring wise and creating some opportunities to counter. Milwaukee, on the other hand, still trying to figure out, they're trying to separate, trying to get a player down low and get it into them. And when they have not capitalized on it yet.
Ambush were able to capitalize early, but these first two games of the season, they have scored 0 goals here in the second frame of a game. So can they extend this lead, score their first goal of the second quarter? We have just under 8 minutes to find out here as Correa gets to Flores. Quick transition attack there from the Wave, but it's cut out by Paolo before it could get on the foot of Ian Bennett. Quick little breakout there set up by the Wave. Can the Ambush come back, fighting right back? And there's sliding legs out. Jaduka's going to get called for a trip. He thought he got tripped and was emoting that feeling when he eventually then tripped Mr. Correa.
Yeah, once he went down, stuck that leg out a little bit, tripped up Correa, and you're going to probably get that call every time.
Sanchez still playing deep, 4-1. Both these teams playing very deep with their midfielders and defenders. One forward up top. In this case, it is Flores, guarded by Briggs. Alvarez beat his man. 4-on-3 here for the Wave. Alvarez up high, too high though. Bouncing, goes in, and Paolo can't make the second look. And Oscar Flores is going to put that one in and tie this one up at 2 apiece. The second chance goals continue to bite the Ambush.
Yeah, looked like a play in the back here. I think Torrealba may have got a hand in the face, went down, creates the opportunity, they go forward, and they just keep pounding away, and Flores buries that last chance.
Get a replay here in a moment, just an incredible reaction play by Flores as he just kind of bounces that one in, and no really the positioning, the placement, the pace, nothing really that impressive. But it's just that Paolo's trying to get up off the carpet and just can't clock it fast enough.
Yeah, he hits it, it bounces, and just kind of in a spin goes over the top of into the back post for Milwaukee to tie this game up at 2-2.
Paolo sets it up to Togba down the right wing. He's guarded by Tony Walls. He's got Austin and Williamson up high. Not a lot of offensive firepower on the carpet right now for the Ambush. Almeida trying to find a pass here. Gets it to Austin. Martinez looping around the back. He's going to catch a pass here, I think, from Austin as they reset things down the left wing. Togba coming up the right wing. Still guarded by Walls.
Tony Walls telling Togba, come on, take me on. Let's see what you got.
Almeida tries to hold up play there, but good defense by Azquita. Takes it away. Azquita going the other way. 3-on-2. Good job by the Ambush defense to catch back up through Williamson's legs, but nothing doing there for the Wave. Going the other way. Potentially the bounce in the Ambush's favor. Ball goes high. No handball called. Azquita had a chance to push it there, but decides to reset.
Yeah, that last pass on that break was behind Steinwasser, and he had to slow up, take his angle away.
Javier Steinwasser to Alex. Alex cut out by Almeida, but retained by Correa. Alvarez pulls the ball back. No defenders follow him. Ambush giving these players plenty of room. They're not the dangerous ones, Mark. Why go play right up on them?
No, they're just going to sit back, let them play, see if they can create that separation.
Steps up a little bit there was Rogers. Shows double on Alex Steinwasser. Correa, Bennett, Steinwasser, Alvarez are the umbrella. The handle is Max Ferdinand. Guarded by Martinez again. Martinez got both hands on him, though. Forces the pass off there. Tries to get it through to Almeida, who cuts it away. Steal. Steinwasser. No foul. There it is. Foul called.
Yeah, got his hands up a little bit on the shoulder. Otherwise, he's in on goal.
Williamson with the restart for the ambush, as they will do as they do very often and use Paolo as an outlet in the passing game. The legacy Stone up to Eske. Eske! Off the schneid! Chili! Willie! Eske! First goal of the season, and the lead is back in the ambush's hands.
Well, and what a great finish by Will Eske, but what a phenomenal ball by a rookie player. John Gates out of the back, perfect touch to get that over their defenders and into Will, who has a good first touch and a good finish.
Well, William Bonahene has been really challenging shooters by coming out on them, using that big body. So far, it has not been his friend. All 3 ambush goals have just been able to get around Bonahene. That one, though, extremely impressive. And again, you know Will Eske's feeling a lot of pressure off his shoulders getting his first goal of the season.
Yeah, we talked about it at the top of the game. I mean, Will Eske is a player that this team is going to have to get points from if they're going to be successful.
Paolo's going to win the jump ball. Ambush will take over. 4:05 left here in this first half, and the ambush now lead 3-2. Question now becomes, can they continue to build on this offense here in the first half and continue it in the second half? As Williamson steals this one from Steinwasser. Torrealba off the wall to himself. Self-pass there. He's got 2 men on his hips. Couldn't make the pass there. He did get pulled back a little bit, and no one called it, and no one was happy.
Yeah, good job along the boards there, but just a little bit off on that pass into the middle as Robert Williamson was coming forward.
Steinwasser first Machad, the one-on-one in front of Paolo. Carvalho's going to dribble this one a little bit as they'll take over on that right wing. And Sanchez in the middle. We'll see if he replaces on the left wing like he usually does. Steinwasser can't win the hold-up play with Machad. Machad, good job restarting things, but a better job by Sanchez cutting it out. The wall, playing for the ambush there, but Falzone can't continue. Williamson steps up hard on Steinwasser. Carvalho, though, right man, right time, retains possession for the Wave. Down 3-2, Wave going to see if they can get something here going in the last 3 minutes.
We talked about Milwaukee wanting to isolate that target up top, and St. Louis has done a good job of shutting them down.
And we got a red challenge flag thrown out into the field during the open play. I believe Marcio Liete is challenging some play inside the box.
I think it feels like Paolo came out there and committed a foul. No call on the play, but Paolo did come out on the challenge there to try and win that ball. And I think Marcio Liete thinks that was a foul that was missed.
The funny thing was, it didn't look like Ferdinand was that convinced that something has happened, because when the red flag came out, Ferdinand kind of turned to Paolo with a little looking at his hands up, palms to the sky, like he wasn't really sure what the call was coming from. So,
well, I think he knows what happened down there with Marcio from the bench, from that angle. Maybe it's a different look, and it looks worse from where Marcio was at, that he feels like that was definitely a foul.
An excellent camera work by our people up here. You can almost see the replay screen that the reviewers are looking at now. We're going to get to see it in live play here. So Paolo out there outside his box. It's going to have to be ticky-tacky. I didn't see anything egregious, Mark. As Cueto with the push there. I mean,
I think they're both going for the ball, and there's a collision there.
Yeah, I mean, Paolo goes in a little high with his arm. But he's playing the ball as he does. And
he
so
leaves his feet there.
That's a tough interpretation, Mark.
And I think that's where they may get Paolo there, is the fact that he leaves his feet on that play.
And he does kind of, jump into the moment and certainly goes into the space of Azcueta.
Elsewhere around the league in the MASL, Kansas City up 5-3 in the second quarter
Wow.
over Utica City now.
3 unanswered goals from the Comets. And I think we're going to get a blue card. No!
Waved it off.
Wow. I'm a little surprised by that. I thought we were going to get something for that, Mark. There was a...
Yeah, and I think just looking at Marcio on the bench, his complaint there is he didn't get the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought it was something that was blatant. I think he thinks Paulo missed the ball and took out the man. He's saying that's what he thinks should have been the call.
So, no change on the call. But the Wave will regain possession.
It's an important 2:37 here for the Ambush to be able to fight through this. If they can go into the halftime with a lead, it will really boost their confidence going into the second half.
Correa start things off with Alvarez. Again, going back to our pregame conversation with assistant coach Donnie Alberti, these moments when you're up by one or you're down by one and you're going into a half or you're going into the end of a quarter, these moments where the game kind of flips on its head a little bit and instead of leading 3-2, you're down 4-3, that's what defines the game. We'll see if they can avoid that kind of play. What a defensive stop there by Correa. I mean, on a dime, got his leg out there. Ambush fans, though, wanted the handball for the play on the ground, but, I mean, the initial, Bonahene's got to push away. Colin O'Keefe was giving a little guff in the throw-in.
Yeah, trying to sneak in, see if he can maybe catch Bonahene setting that ball down.
Sanchez down that right wing. Nothing really doing down those wings from the Ambush. Whenever the Wave try them, the Ambush usually slide over that second middle defender to help it out. Togba here against Alvarez. Can he cut out the wing? On the left side, Alvarez moves it back in the middle. Walls. Sanchez on Keefe.
Ferdinand can step up a little. They're still dropping a little too deep for my liking.
Ferdinand hold up play. Shoved up the ball there. Got it to Alvarez and got a man down. And I think that's Carvalho.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of a collision right in the middle of the field there with Carvalho. It looks like he's holding his maybe his right knee. Whether it was contact between the two players or it was a twist of the knee.
Yeah. Martinez gave him a little shove.
Yeah, he may be trying to milk this a little bit. He's been around the league for a while. He knows how to play this game, how to maybe milk this. That they're taking a look and watching things a little closer.
He's also had to deal with an annoying amount of injuries here, so looks might have twisted something a little bit as he went down there to Martinez. Well, we have this break. Say a big thank you to all of our listeners here on MASL TV on YouTube. A couple 600 plus watching right now as the Milwaukee Wave take on against the Ambush. And for all you YouTube viewers out there, I'll inform you that I've begun my petition to get the comments turned back on.
Okay.
Because that's when it's more fun.
Let's see what they got to say.
Yeah, that's what I want to see what the fans have to say. I'm with you, Mark. I know Joey does too. When Joey Zanaboni's back here, he wants to see those comments of ranch dressing.
Well, I can pretty much tell you right now that the Milwaukee fans were not happy there wasn't a foul called there. The St. Louis fans were happy.
Yeah.
So no comments needed.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You can pretty much figure out the way it's going to go.
You're under a minute here, 58.3 on the clock. Sanchez. Alvarez gives it to Bennett. 45 seconds left. Bennett down the wall. Ferdinand, here is the hold-up play. Bennett's crashing. Alvarez gives him an outlet. Reset attack here from the Wave. 34 seconds. 10 seconds off the clock. Nothing to show for it. Can they spread the ambush out? Ambush have recompacted that defense. Bennett from deep. Oh, the screamer! From a step outside the line, this game is tied up. Who else would it be but one of the greatest, Ian Bennett?
Well, and once again, a player whose name we really haven't said in this first half, and then here at a crucial time, 21 seconds left, who steps up, and a goal from outside that far. That's not a normal goal for Ian Bennett. Ian Bennett is a guy that likes to do things in the box.
Oh, man, and look at this angle we're going to get here. From outside the logo, oh, the way he pulls that one back in just over the head of Paolo. Unbelievable goal from Ian Bennett. He's done it just so many times, has won this season. And you look at the career total now for Ian Bennett as he adds another one. Goal number 423, and maybe one of the prettiest of those 423. Just under 12 seconds here for the ambush, and these are the moments, again, we talked about Donnie, losing these leads late. You're up 3-2, now all of a sudden it's a 3-3 game, 12 seconds left. You're able to score here, it can completely change the complexion of the next half.
Yeah, let's see what they can come up with here in this last 11.8 seconds.
Almeida directing traffic. Here's Mashad. Mashad's going to tee off on one, and he's going to go right into Steinwasser. Oh, header into Steinwasser, into Mashad's frame of some kind, and Steinwasser's now down with a risky header. And we should be seeing the...
I think he caught a knee there on the second attempt with Mashad as he was stepping forward. I think he came down after he got hit once. He caught the knee.
Mashad turned to run, not knowing that Steinwasser was down behind him. Like you said, I think he ran into him quite literally, and for some reason the Steinwasser gets up on his own and is able to walk this one off. He's going to be helped out to the bench partially by ambush man Jeff Mashad. So Steinwasser will make the long, potentially blurry trek to the bench.
Alex Steinwasser going off there as brother Javier down here politicking for him.
Ooh! Just saw the replay. My apologies, guys. He caught a hard knee there from Jeff Mashad. I think we should probably get him to the trainers. And last kick there. That will finish off this first half. The St. Louis Ambush jump out to a 2-0 lead. They also lead 3-2 for a big chunk of the second, but it's one of the legends of this league, Ian Bennett, who makes it a 3-3 game. Before we head to break, we will get to hear from head coach Jeff Locker of the Ambush to see what they can do. How do they retain the lead in the second half? How do they get this lead back after giving it up again? 3-3 tied now here at halftime. We'll go down to Angela Sharp, talk it over with Jeff Locker.
All right, I am down here with the coach. Coach, pretty evenly matched game, kind of let off the gas there the last minute or so of play. What are you going to do to make sure that pressure comes back during the second half?
Yeah, we just got to make sure we stick to our game plan. You know, we got to be able to play our game plan both quarters, and here we did it for almost full 2 quarters, but we let down there at the end.
What is the, do you have any encouraging positive things you saw from this first half? I mean, tied is good.
Yeah, I think we played great defensively in most of the moments. Obviously, we conceded a couple goals, and that's fine. But I think our offense looks really good, too. So I think we're going to come out strong in the second half.
I can't wait to see it. Good luck to you.
Something they have not done all season by scoring a goal in the second half. Can they also do something they haven't done all year by walking away tonight with a win? It'll be a crucial second half. It is tied 3-3. It's the St. Louis Ambush in the Milwaukee Wave live from the St. Charles Family Arena here on MASL TV.
All right, please welcome to the field the Spirit of St. Louis dancers.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
A new look starts with the eyes. Frame your face in something uniquely yours. Whether your style is bold, simple, or classic, we pair it with expert care all in one place. For a limited time, get a comprehensive eye exam for just $75, or complete your look with 40% off lenses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Shoot! He scores!
How goes it, folks? This is MASL in 5, back for another week. Hope everyone is doing great. Things are heating up across the league, and there are some big matchups happening this weekend. I've only got 5 minutes to fill you in, so let's get to it.
I doubt DeLima wants to be a footnote in Childs' history. Will he be the goalkeeper to make the save? Childs, welcome to the 300 Club, Craig Childs. Craig Childs, take a bow. You needed 2 goals to get to 300. You had 2 goals today. You now have 300.
Say it ain't so. Craig Childs, the legendary captain of the San Diego Sockers, has announced he will retire at the end of this season. Jeez, isn't there anything more for you to do, Craig? You're only the all-time leading scorer in soccer's history with 6 championships under your belt. I jest, of course. What a career. Last season, he surpassed the 500 career goal mark. The Sockers will honor Childs with a bobblehead giveaway on Alumni Night on February 7th. What a career Childs has had. That being said, him and his boys weren't too happy last weekend. They took on the Milwaukee Wave at home and dropped their 2nd consecutive game to start the campaign, falling 8-4. Milwaukee looked great, but when was the last time San Diego started a season 0-2? If you know the answer, please let us know. Kansas City, the Comets, were flying high heading into Baltimore after sweeping St. Louis in 2 games to start the season, but
can't touch it. Here comes Thomas. Thomas in on a break. Thomas shoots. Scores! Oh, the miscue off the restart. Jamie Thomas makes him pay.
The Blast was utterly dominant in their home opener, beating up on the Comets 11-3. Who saw that coming? Baltimore definitely opening some eyes around the league. Utica City had their season opener hosting the Comets the next day, and for a while, it was looking good for the boys in blue in this one.
Transition for Tyson Santos. Great ball ahead to Gerson. Gerson scores! And he celebrates a 2-0 lead.
They would stretch that lead to 3. The Blues were up by 2 with 2 minutes left, but they couldn't lock it down. KC tied it in the dying moments, and then Rion Marquez ripping the beauty home right there in overtime as the Comets avoid a disastrous weekend with the overtime win. Your updated scoring leaders after 2 weeks: Zach Riggett on top with 8 points. Teammate Andoreo second with 6, tied with Rion Marquez. Charlie Gonzalez entering the conversation with 5 points. And new KC Comet Dom Francis adapting to his new surroundings with 5 points as well. A couple of big matchups to tell you about for this weekend. The first meeting of the season between KC and Milwaukee takes place. Old school MASL rivals. And after the Waves' dismantling of San Diego and the Comets getting smoked by Baltimore, this game could be an early indicator as to where the balance of power lies in the league this year. Also, those Blast will be in Tacoma for 2 games. It'll be our first look of the season at the Stars. How will they handle the hot starting Baltimore, and how will they fare after the departure of superstars Nick Pereira and Chris Toth? We shall soon find out. And your players of the week have been announced. In goal, Willie B from the Milwaukee Wave. Leon Marquez offensively from the KC Comets, and from Baltimore, Chad Porch getting the defensive honor. Let's start with Marquez, who was massive in their comeback win over UCFC. 3 goals, including the overtime winner, which we're about to show you in just a moment. Chad Porch, big in Baltimore's win over Comets the day before. 2 goals and 1 assist for the reigning MASL Rookie of the Year. And in goal, Willie B. Great in the Waves win over San Diego. Good ball dispersal throughout the game, and also he made the big saves when necessary, stopping 10 of 14 shots. Time now for your plays of the week.
2:20 left in the half. Charlie rips it in! Charlie!
Mijanovic had a shot into the wall earlier. This time lays it off, shot fired, what a save! Wilkin double, triple off the wall, and Utica City block it away. All on the defensive side of the ball. Pinal, little roulette, double roulette. Pinal, here's Gerson. That's the assist of the year. Gerson scores, but how about Junior Pinal?
Tackle there by Mijanovic. Oh, Reagan with the deflection, big save. Rodriguez says no again.
The way he kept it alive, tipped by Gonzalez, and that's the assist to Bennett. IB.
Looking long with the throw. Great throw from Ejimadu. Marquez scores! A short-handed game winner for Kansas City, who win 8-7.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the Major Arena Soccer League. Be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Of creating a sports medicine program from the grassroots level, from peewees to the pros. At Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, we are taking care of athletes and getting them back on the field. Over 80% of the patients that come to see us for sports-related injuries do not need surgery. That really surprises people. We can relate to our patients because many of us have been there. Athletes like to say they give 110%. Well, guess what? So do we.
We've got a tie ball game, 3-3 here between the St. Louis Ambush and the Milwaukee Wave. But that's down on the field. Up here in the stands, Matthew Rocchio here, joined by the President of Communications for the MASL, JP Della Camera. JP, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, seeing a great game, seeing the stars do well, like Ian Bennett, Will Eske getting his first goal of the season. Another half still to go.
Good start so far, and a good start to this MASL season. It's a different looking MASL this season, down to 8 teams. What does that mean for the league?
I never like to say, Mal, we're taking a step backwards, but sometimes you have to take a step sideways in order to go forwards by a couple of steps. So we're down from 12 to 8. Some teams left on their own. Some teams couldn't adhere to the updated standings that we wanted, the standards that we wanted. So we feel like right now, 8 strong teams that are committed, 8 teams that could win a championship with Chihuahua not being in the league. And we feel strongly that we'll be back at 10, 11, or 12 as early as next year.
Growth is coming for the MASL, and growth in soccer in America continues. Obviously, this summer is a big thing for the sport. You have the World Cup coming to America. What does it mean for the MASL to try to, jump into this soccer culture in America?
I think all of soccer benefits by the World Cup being here. I was a part of it in 1994, and I saw the growth. And Matt, that was before social media. Now with social media, this is the biggest World Cup in history. It's going to be in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and all of soccer, including indoor, should benefit from it.
Absolutely. We're here in the MASL. We like to spread things around. We got players from Brazil. We got a head coach from Brazil. We're a worldwide league here in the MASL, and the world is coming here to America for the World Cup this summer. A lot of special things coming up this season as well for the MASL.
Yeah. It's an international group that we have, and we're expecting more international players to come here next year. You have an early pick for a World Cup winner?
I'm going to go with a favorite. I think I'm going to go with Germany in this one. I think they're a resurging club.
Most people would think Argentina, but it's very difficult to repeat in a World Cup, so I'm going to hedge my bet. I'm not going to pick yet.
There it is, JP Della Camera keeping his pick under wraps for now. There is the President of Communications here for the MASL, JP Della Camera, joining us to talk it over here in the halftime. We'll be back with the second half of the Wave and the Ambush here from St. Charles Family Arena.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or 2.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. St. Luke's alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases. Make an appointment today.
Want more MASL action? Follow MASL and St. Louis Ambush on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to MASL TV on YouTube, where you'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
The Eads Bridge with the arch in the background, St. Louis history all in one shot there. as we are out in St. Charles, the borough, about 30 minutes away from that opening shot, as the Ambush are fighting through one here. 3-3 tied with the Milwaukee Wave. 0-2 trailing at halftime this season. Can the Ambush change their fortunes as they search for their first win of the season?
We'll see what adjustments were made either by Jeff Locker or Marcio Liete on what they want to do and how they want to try and go about things here.
Do you expect to see the same kind of stretched out offense from both teams?
Yeah, I mean, now it looks like St. Louis might want to play a little higher press and pressure Milwaukee a little bit.
SK playing high all of a sudden here for the Ambush could be a huge difference in how the Ambush are able to play, not just from that first half, but from the first 2 games as well.
Yeah, we've gotten him on the board at this point. Hopefully he can continue it here in the second half for St. Louis. In Milwaukee, they're going to want to continue to do what they're doing and try and get the ball to this player, Alex Sanchez.
Sanchez down the left side. Mashaw tries to stay with him, and a good job by SK to cut out the drive from Steinwasser. That's Javier. Looks like Alex is up on the bench and fine after taking a rough knee to the cranium from Jeff Michaud. And here is a very opportune chance for the Wave. The lead teetering on the edge.
Milwaukee a little confused here, not having all their players on the field.
Alvarez to the late arriving Steinwasser, who puts it right at the feet of Paolo. No danger there.
And maybe that wasn't confusion. That could have been a set piece that they were working on, bringing somebody on late like that, and in a confusion, maybe get open up for a free shot.
Long ball, Paolo off the wall. Almeida collects over the top, too high for foul zone. Steinwasser tries to clear off the wall, but he misses it. Martinez with the ball now.
I think
Williamson.
Falzone got a piece of that.
2 players now down in the box for the Ambush as Almeida now retreats to the wing. Falzone lined up on Mario Alvarez down low. Cut here from Martinez with Austin bringing it around. It opens up Falzone off the wall, but it's played well by Mario Alvarez.
Alvarez has a very good game going for him right now, playing well defensively and then helping get up into the attack here, holding the ball up top.
I got to double check my fact sheet because the way Mario Alvarez is playing, I can't remember if he's one of the futsal guys because the way he controls it, I got to think he is.
Yeah, I mean.
Foul zone down the side to Austin. Couldn't get the header across anything but the face of the goal.
Very experienced player, Alvarez, and is a key factor for them defensively. St. Louis going to make some changes here, get some fresh bodies on the field.
Yeah, big shift here. Martinez and Briggs stay. Rogers, Torrealba, and then Togba, who's lined up right on Bonahenne. He's going to come off him as Torrealba strives past 2 Wave, but it was Steinwasser who cut it out. Larson Rogers, though, on the press with Togba as well in the corner. Torrealba wins this one. The Ambush will get to play. Rogers scored his first goal, played his first AMASL match for the Milwaukee Wave, joins the Ambush for this season. Torrealba 1v1 versus Steinwasser. Got in the way early.
And this is what some teams have done against the Ambush that have really frustrated them, is dropping back deep like this and defending. Ambush not having the patience at times to just keep the ball, continue to try and work it into that target.
Torrealba tries the left side. Oh, little in and out move there. Got some space, but a good job by the help defense from the Wave. There were 3 bodies on him at one point. Torrealba again, 1v1, guarded by 2 players. Gets it past Steinwasser and Ferdinand, but without any real danger.
Javier Steinwasser has been all over the field so far tonight. He's been up in the attack. He's back playing defense. He's really been working hard tonight.
Turned that one over, but Ambush weren't able to do anything with it. And the Wave are back on the attack. 11:05 left to play here in this third quarter. Torrealba steps into Ludwig, and all he does is waste a little time. Switch from the Ambush as Alex Steinwasser comes in for the Wave. Hold up play for here from Flores. Flores passes off to Ludwig and resets to Howell. Howell to Esqueta. Howell, bad ball there into the stands, wasting the chance there for the Wave to continue building.
Well done by Flores there, giving them a little different look with him playing with his back to the goal and being able to hold that up, similar to what the Duca can do here.
Hulk trying the hold-up play, but it moved him back out to the midfield. SK, one of the deepest players for the ambush. Can they change that? Briggs up, the defender, playing the hold-up game. To Michaud now. The inverted set for the ambush has turned right round as Duca's up high. The defenders, Michaud and Briggs, are back, and SK trolling the wing. SK's going to get doubled. Can he get the ball off the wall? He does, but Duca taps into the middle where he will get a foul going the ambush's way.
And for the ambush, I think if they can get the matchup of Duca against Howell, Howell's a young, inexperienced player. With Duca's strength and experience, that's where the ambush wants to get that ball into Duca.
Duca hold-up play there versus Tony Walls. Ooh, nice little leave off for Michaud, but too far away from that to make anything happen with it.
Milwaukee definitely looks like they're dropping a little bit deeper than they normally would.
Oh, the rebound goes against the ambush somehow. Austin trying to make another play. Beautiful little leave off to the middle from Briggs, who stepped up. But luckily the ricochet goes against the ambush, and the Wave keep this one tied.
Bad giveaway by Milwaukee there. Let's see if St. Louis can make something of this.
Austin, though, couldn't handle the dribble, but he's keeping his foot in there. He's not getting dislodged. Still alive. Bonahenne down on the ground. Almeida picks up left wing off the wall to Falzone. Now to Austin. No clean shot. Williamson slid in there but couldn't make a clean play on the ball. And now free Max Ferdinand. Shoot Michaud. Recovers. He's still got a good shot off, but he's just wide. Ambush get away clean somehow.
Well done by Michaud there to put enough pressure to force that shot wide.
Ambush with a chance here, but Williamson, rebound was too hard. Tries their bicycle kick, goes low, and they're going to say Alvarez got a handball, I think, trying to contest the bicycle kick from Williamson.
It was not the prettiest of bicycle kick by Robert Williamson, but
it
effective.
A bicycle kick if your back's already on the ground when you try to do it?
Yeah.
I think at that point it's a sitting squat of some kind.
Can the ambush take advantage of this now ball? A little bit outside the penalty spot.
Yeah, just offset from the penalty marker and about a foot back. Torrealba and SK on the left. Briggs and Duca on the right. Duca, Torrealba, beautiful goal! The ambush got the lead back! Poetry!
Yeah, Duca winds up there, and when he winds up, you see their defense try and close in tight to block, and it leaves it right for the perfect pass to Torrealba. Kept it low, kept it on the ground near post.
I think that's the easiest goal the Ambush are going to score this entire season. Torrealba just sitting on the backside with only a defender to beat. And he made it impossible, the defender, to get there clean. Just closes that backside of the play.
Credit to Duca here. Perfect pace on his pass. You'll see Tony Wall start to pinch a little.
And Bonahenne has played very aggressive this game, Mark, and honestly, I don't see where it's helped him. In fact, all 4 ambush goals have probably been helped by him being overly aggressive.
Well, by him stepping up there, it forces Tony Walls to stay where he was and not be able to step out and cut that shot off.
There's no need to create that much of a backside angle against you if you're Bonahenne, but he decides to play aggressive. Oh, speaking kick save there. Ball still in the air. Ian Bennett, what a circular Olympic finish. The gymnastic move from Ian Bennett. I don't know if he was even looking at the goal when he kicked the ball there. Unbelievable tying goal.
No, he thought that ball was going to go across the goal and just a little quick reaction to get a toe on it and knock that in.
I mean, 423 and 424 have been 2 of the greatest goals of his career, in my opinion. I mean, you got the banger, and then look at this one. Look at this little acrobatic finish. Oh, my Lord. Mark, you ever had one that made you look like a kung fu character?
I mean, he's just getting up, and then just but with him is his reaction time just to be able to get that foot out there and let it get it across. Back to tied at 4-4.
Ties up at 4-4 with his 424th career goal. And what an incredible balletic performance by one of the greats in Ian Bennett. Torrealba tried to loop that one in, Y-buttoned it to Gates, but couldn't complete the pass. Ian Bennett, 2 gorgeous goals to even this game up at 3 and then at 4. SK tries to do it all his own, gets a slow roller to Banahene.
Yeah, you're going to have a tough time beating Banahene low on the ground from there. A little too much for him to see.
Daduka set it from Torrealba. The ambush will take this chance to reset a man. Austin comes on.
Tristan Austin's had a good game tonight. He's been very, very active in causing problems in the offensive end and good at doubling. He's helped out a couple times doubling in on players that have won balls for the ambush.
By my count, this has got to be one of his highest shift and minute counts of his career. He's a guy who's always kind of had a game here and there, but to see him getting consistent play time and, you know, starting level shift time, that's a first for Tristan Austin. It shows you the hard work he's putting in the practice.
Yeah, and if he keeps working at it and keeps, you know, being successful at this, he'll get more minutes and find out more about what he can contribute to this team.
Steinwashers connect for a pass there to reset things. Gates on his horse there, can't press it. And Briggs, bad header there, and Flores has a chance here to set things up. Steinwasher pressured by Austin. Steinwasher off the wall, set his man up for Tony Walls, but great job there by Gates on the defense.
Who we have not seen this half so far is Carvalho. He has not come out and played a shift this second half.
Oh, Flores wide. Flores with a second chance, tries to spin off the wall. He's got a man, Ludwig, and he puts it in the roof! Upper 90, what a goal by Max Ludwig! And the Wave have their first lead of the night.
Continuing to make those runs through the box. Kind of a busted play there, and that ball off the boards, and Ludwig with a good finish up high to the right.
Ambush trailing for the first time tonight. The Wave on a roll here. It's 5-4. Third quarter, Ambush and Wave live from St. Charles, Missouri here on MASL TV.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. Our experts provide a full range of heart services, from prevention to life-saving care. St. Luke's is nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area for good reason. Our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis.
The Cleveland Clinic Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute is proud to collaborate with St. Luke's Hospital to deliver the highest level of innovative care in the St. Louis metropolitan area. Our alliance means you have access to world-class heart care in all the local communities St. Luke's serves.
St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider for the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear.
This game has rebounded against the Ambush. Facing a deficit for the first time tonight. They are down 5-4. A flurry of activity and 2 goals for the Wave have taken this game and put in a different perspective for this home ambush side. Still looking for their first victory. Now they have to do it in comeback fashion here. 6 minutes left here in the third frame.
Now with a lead, Milwaukee looking to step it up a little bit, press a little higher.
Tagwa, no call after winning the long ball there. Got a little push from Correa. Williamson, he's got Michaud on a run, but won't go to him. O'Keefe's got Michaud, though, and a little bit late there. Michaud trying to win the ball against Bennett. Bennett, though, a little poke, keep things going. O'Keefe recovers for the ambush.
Ian Bennett, you know, we didn't say his name much in the first half. Now he's got 2 goals, and he's working both ends of the field, back here defending all the way deep. And that's a reason why he's such a great player.
Duca now, he's got 2 men and a runner. Robert Williamson to his right. He's going to turn, tries this one. Bonahenne couldn't get his hand on that one. Surprised he let up a rebound there, but there was no ambush to take advantage.
I think there might have been a bit of a deflection on that shot because just the way Bonahenne reacted, could have been a little bit of deflection and some spin on it.
Torrealba to the left, resets to Wills Eske, who's going to join him over on that left side. So they're going to overload the left here with Torrealba and Eske. They got Duca down deep. Ferdinand in front of him, but not on him. Torrealba showing a torn jersey and trying to ask the referee, how else does this happen, good sir?
You don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, it's a good point. And in fairness to him, it's a pretty strong argument. But also at the same time, it would be kind of nice now. Next game, he's like, you know what? I can do this. I can tear it myself and be like, look what he's doing to me. Eske on the left side, off the wall. No ambush on the other side.
Yeah, that's one there. Big save, Benahane.
They got to get bodies in front because Benahane is not having a good game tracking this ball and getting his hands on it. So they really got to get this gritty game they talked about going, Mark, because that's 4 rebounds in the last 4 shots and not a single ambush on the end of anywhere close to any of them. It's the definition of a wasted opportunity, or 4 wasted opportunities for being particular.
Well done by Milwaukee there, pressing high, forcing that turnover, and now Milwaukee will get it to Sanchez down the left side here.
Torrealba covering. Oh, beautiful steal there to start things off. Falzone fakes it to his left. He's going to be pulled on by Walls. Good long ball there from Gates. Tristan Austin, he's got Falzone wide open. Can't hit the pass. Crosses it over to Torrealba. Off the wall, guarded by Sanchez. Tries a little turn here towards the wall. Cross the face. Good defense there for the Wave. Got to be honest, I hate Tristan Austin not trying that pass into the middle.
Yeah.
For one of the best players on the team in Torrealba. Over the top here, Almeida sets it up to Falzone. Falzone, excuse me.
Well, when they watch it back, the one they're going to want back is Will Eske on that last play going down the left side. He played it out there. He had Duca at the far post. If he drives it low to the far post, Duca, I think, knocks that in to tie this game up.
Can the ambush create those opportunities and tie this game back up? 2:15 left here in the third quarter. Tony Walls guarded by Mario Falzone. Austin pressuring Javier Steinwasser deep. Can the Wave get a breakout now that they've stretched out the ambush? Here's what they'll try. Alex Steinwasser, he's got the long ball here. Azqueta, here's the breakout from the Wave. Can the ambush recover? Off the wall, too hard.
Azqueta would have liked a little bit better touch there,
Steinwasser
more towards the goal. It kind of went out to the side and took that angle away.
If that's a little softer, Steinwasser like walks it into the net almost. Really good play there by the Wave. Shows the difference between the elite teams in this league. The Comets, the Wave, their ability to create and manufacture these non-transition moments of offense off the wall, in the box. That's what winning teams are able to do, and that's why the Wave have taken another 5-4 lead here.
There's a battle going on out the right side of your picture, folks. Robert Williamson and Flores are just battling back and forth for position.
And there it is. Long ball there to Flores, but it's going to bounce into the stands. He won't get a chance.
And That's where, as a target, you have to just continue to move side to side to try and create that. That's just get a little bit of space that they can get it into you.
Paolo, three-quarters field over the top to Togba. That one's going to be hit on the hands by Correa. He got tapped from Togba, and it kind of made his hands go up, but still, pretty egregious handball.
Yeah,
that's a lot of handballs.
That's a little risky there. That's a little risky there.
From Togba or Correa?
Oh, from Correa, I think, because, I mean.
I think if it would have been in the box, I wonder if they call the foul on Togba, because he's pretty clear he gives him the jab, and Correa just goes up like that. But you're right, it is risky because you don't see a lot of handballs above the shoulder in the game, and that was above the head for Correa. That was Maradona style.
It almost looked like he had two hands on it.
Yeah, it was a volleyball set.
It was a volleyball set, exactly.
Paolo, chance to set this one up for the ambush. He's got Togba over the top, guarded loosely by Tony Walls. Michaud not happy that he made a run there into the corner and did not get a look. Torrey Alba sporting the V-neck cut now of the ambush jersey. Puts it deep into the hands of Banahene.
I'm not sure what he was thinking on that one. Driving a shot on goal from that, you're not going to beat Banahene on that.
Alvarez down to Tony Walls. Walls sets it up, Oscar Flores. Hold up play, but we're going to get the end of the half before that. And so just like that, the ambush struggle here in the third frame. And this is where the Milwaukee Wave may have taken control of this game. They came in tied 3-3. They will go out with a 5-4 lead. Milwaukee Wave taking a lead here in St. Louis over the ambush. It's 5-4 as we head to the final frame here on MASL TV.
Get ready to make unforgettable memories with your little ones at Elmo's Got the Moves. The all-new Sesame Street live show coming to your neighborhood. You'll be out of your seat and dancing along with Elmo, Abby, Cookie Monster, and their furry friends. May 3rd, the Family Arena. Tickets available at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. An experience you and your child will treasure long after the final song. Elmo's Got the Moves. See you on Sesame Street.
This is automatic. This is automatic.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Want more MASL action? Follow MASL and St. Louis Ambush on Facebook and Instagram. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Think the refs missed one? Find out on Under Review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. The MASL's most controversial show. Catch it every Friday on MASL TV on YouTube.
tugboat working its way down the Mississippi River there. Beautiful shot of the river that made this whole St. Louis experiment possible. As we are out in St. Charles on a different river. We're on the Missouri there as you look at the mighty Mississippi. 15 minutes left here in the final frame. The Ambush trying to capture their first win of the season. They trail the Milwaukee Wave 5-4 after a hard-fought game so far. Mark, 3 goals in that first half for the Ambush, and 3 more goals in this half would give them a win if the defense can hold up. What do we need to see from the Ambush in this final frame to walk away with their first win of the season? Yeah, they're just going to have to tighten up defensively and not give up those chances in tight. On the offensive end, they need to get the ball in down low. I want to see Daduka get the ball and take people on a little bit more. They're getting it into him, but it's out wide. He's being held up. They need just a little more from an offensive standpoint of getting the ball and getting runners off of it. Right out of the gate, Williamson to Torrey Alba. And he's going to lose that ball right out of the gate to Ferdinand, though he puts it off the wall himself. Ball's being lost all over the place here for the Ambush and Wave to start this fourth frame. Plenty of time left. The Ambush don't have to go crazy here and start pressuring. They can continue to play the way they were playing because they're creating opportunities. That was Williamson and Ferdinand there on the left side of your screen. They're in that battle now. The hold-up play for Ferdinand. Tries to turn, fakes it, resets to Alvarez. Alvarez has got plenty of men to his right. He's going to pull it back, though. Stretching out the Ambush defense. They're going to try to work him behind it. Azquita's on a cut. He's going to pull up. Long ball to Ferdinand. Ferdinand at the wall. Over the top to Sanchez. Now Alvarez picks up all the bad clearance from Martinez. What a save by Paolo. Once again, Paolo getting up and to his left. That ball was going right in the upper corner. Alvarez got enough of that to put it right in the upper corner. Not enough, though. The Brazilian Rob Lowe. A beautiful save there. Ian Bennett now with a high corner chance here. He's going to drop it back to Alvarez. Alvarez covered by O'Keefe. Sets it off to that was Sanchez to Alvarez now. Now Walls on the left side. Tries to get it off. Good block there from Martinez. Martinez has looked good tonight. SK trying to create a high turnover. Can't do it here. Martinez working the same way. Alvarez falls. Chance here. O'Keefe down the middle against Walls. Puts it off the wall. In! Colin O'Keefe! A different kind of Wallace scorer off Tony Walls. Ambush tie it up. Give that credit there to Martinez. The work that he did to continue to pester them and win that ball. I'm just going to say this right now. The Wallace scorer account has to repost that goal because technically that goal is a Wallace scorer. Yeah. Colin O'Keefe with a drive from the middle. It rebounds off of the back hip of Tony Walls, and Banahene goes one way, and the ball nestles into the back corner. We have had some insane goals tonight, whether it's Ian Bennett's screamer, the bouncer that just barely beat a recovering Paolo, the balletic performance of Ian Bennett on the other side. I mean, the goals we've seen tonight have been special in this 5-5 matchup. Well, and we've seen some balls that were not held by the keepers that have created some of these opportunities. And Briggs is going to tear down Oscar Flores in the box. Trying to make a play on the ball. They were just outside, so we'll see where the very opportune chance for the Wave will be placed. Just under the elbow, outside the box. And you got some guns on Tony Walls, Sanchez, Alvarez, Ferdinand, Ian Bennett. Bennett facing a 3-man wall. Staggered. And they're going to create a 4-man wall with a little bit of a gap. Paolo's going to be part of the wall. Bennett, little Muhammad Ali. And they're going to get a timeout to talk this one over.
It's a difficult spot of where it's at.
You don't want to waste your chance.
Right. It's almost in a little. So go ahead, see how. So they want to see how St. Louis sets up, and then they'll craft something here to try and get something through to get a good shot off on goal.
I wish we could have had some kind of hyperbaric mic to catch the conversation that was going on there between Ian Bennett and Paolo. I mean, two guys who are in their 40s, two guys who have been playing this game for 20 years, two of the best ever at their respective positions. I can't imagine what the conversation was going through their head as you saw the gamesmanship. Paolo adds himself to the box. Ian Bennett's doing his little Muhammad Ali running. I mean, everything about that was perfect.
He might have been asked, do you use Bengay? What do you use after the games when you're sore? Yeah, two great veterans.
And Ian turned to him and says, what is it, Rogaine? Is it one of those like infrared light caps? What do you got going there, champ? Now Marcel Liete is out there with his five-man group. I imagine it's going to be Tony Walls, Ian Bennett, Max Ferdinand, Alex Sanchez, and Mario Alvarez. And again, Ferdinand, Bennett, and Sanchez, Ferdinand and Bennett, I should say, combined for about 800 points. Sanchez adds another 100 or so into there as well. Alvarez has got another 100 as well. Tony Walls adds that one too. Probably takes it up to a clean 1,000 points between that group of people.
Yeah, well, especially at the rate that Sanchez is on pace, he will get there soon.
So now the wave, back set up. We'll see what the ambush do here. Paolo directing the similar traffic, though. They won't go with the three-man wall here. Line it up. He will join that wall. No fourth kind of attaché just off from Paolo. They've changed positioning there. Walls and Ferdinand standing over the ball, conceivably. Walls jumps up, passes it off. It's Ferdinand. Bennett's trying to cut back in. Walls was sitting on the back post, nothing doing. Thrown over the top. SK with a chance to beat a man here, but he can't get the ball in front. Martinez, though, wins the header. Ambush trying to stick with it there, and they will. But they'll have to reset things. 12:42 left to play, and this game is tied up, 5 goals apiece.
Ambush continuing to work defensively to win balls back and create opportunities.
Danuka cut down by Tony Walls. No call there. Almeida rips down Ian Bennett. There will be a call on that one.
Elsewhere around the MASL, Kansas City up 9-5 in the fourth quarter right now. Kansas City on the road, just pouring it on against Utica City.
Good defense there from Briggs. Sprung that attack there. Togba trying to get past a pair of Wave, but they're holding him up. He's not too happy about it. Bonahene, risky play there. Oh, high turnover ambush with a chance. Togba couldn't get his foot on the ball. Torrealba, though, good created chance off the wall.
Game's starting to open up a little bit more end-to-end here.
Milwaukee Wave lead with 19 shots on goal. The ambush is 17. But again, it's not about the shot amount, it's about shot quality. And the ambush need another high-quality shot here to win this game. 5-5, 11:34 left to play.
These two teams just kind of trading blows at each end of the field.
Majority of the dangerous Wave right now are on the bench. Torrealba out on the field here for the ambush. Chance here potentially to take a lead. Austin wins the turnover. Torrealba down the right wing. 2 Wave on him. Puts it off the wall, but it's going to ride the wall right into Benahane's hands.
Yeah, I'd rather see Torrealba pull that up there, hold it up, try and get a ball played to someone that's helping instead of just spinning that around the boards to Benahane.
Bonahene still not doing a good job of getting the ball in his hands clean every time. I feel like there's a lot of chances for the ambush to get some rebounds going there. I just want to point out the very veteran play that Lucas Almeida made there as the ball went to pop into the stands. Lucas Almeida just slapped it down, and had them try to push the replay off of that. But the official, very good job noticing that, yeah, we can't be doing that one, Lucas. But Lucas Almeida always making the veteran play. Foul zone. Looking to get a pass here inside to O'Keefe, but it won't do there. We'll get there to O'Keefe. Mashad, he's got Williamson wide open. They'll recycle to him.
Colin O'Keefe continues to work.
Here he is. Foul zone. Foul zone. Guarded by Azquaita. Azquaita's going to pull a foul there.
And that as a target, that's what you wanted to do, to keep it. Go ahead and draw the foul there.
Quick restart there, and it was a shot from Deduca. Rebound recovered by Eske. He's the deep man here for the ambush. He'll be joined by Briggs. Torrealba's going to get a quick breather. Ambush need to put a fifth player on the court. There they go. Martinez is that fifth man.
And you got both Almeida and Deduca posting up top here.
Deduca hold up play. Eske running off him. Deduca to the middle. Tries to get a shot off, but not enough on it. Martinez down to Almeida, who's playing low. Little clumping issue there from the ambush. Everyone right around each other when they shouldn't be.
When Deduca turns, if he could get that right arm and kind of hook his defender a little bit to where when he gets turned, he's turning more towards the goal instead of going sideways, I think it would open up some opportunities for him to get off some shots on goal.
Williamson taking on Steinwasser off the wall. Almeida's little flick goes the other way. Nine-minute mark passed here for the ambush. And the Wave, 5-5 in this game. Ambush jumped out to a 2-1 lead. Wave hit back to make it 2-1. Then 2-2, Ambush up 3-2, tied up 3-3 again. That was halftime. 4-3 lead for the Wave. 4-4 tie. 5-4 lead for the Wave. Now a 5-5 tie between the Ambush and the Wave here, midway through this fourth and final frame. Walls over the top, Williamson cuts it out. Foul zone. Gets it to Eske. Eske on the run. He's got O'Keefe on the run. Tries to slide it to him, but Walls cuts it out. But we will get a foul called against Ludwig on that tackle on Eske, and that means the Ambush will get to restart a possession after a stoppage here.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a tug there that gets the Ambush the ball back here.
Briggs had a peek at Austin, but decided to shift it around the world. Togba couldn't get the ball there. Gates. Too hard. Balls play a lot in the air right now, and Grable of the Wave will come out with it.
Good speed there by Gates.
He's making a play on the ground, and he's able to win that one and retain it, I should say. Gates, though, punches it out. Milwaukee's got to move everyone outside. No one down low for the Wave. Alvarez guarded by Togba now. Gates on Sanchez. Sanchez, good low pass in there to Flores, but Briggs wins that hold-up play. Sanchez into the wall from Gates, no call.
Flores has had a good game playing up top there.
Wall's wide open, but a good shift by the defense by the Ambush. Off the wall for Tony, and it's too easy for Paolo. All midfield right now between the Ambush and the Wave. Nothing dangerous coming in the box. We're under the 7-minute mark now. We'll have a stoppage here, take you to break. Be our last one before we hit this stretch mark for what could be a fascinating last 5 or 6 minutes of this game. 5-5, Ambush and Wave trading goals all game. The only back-to-back goals we've seen scored. Oh, Flores tried to sneak that one in. It's Correa. The only time we've seen unanswered goals tonight have been the opening 2 by the Ambush and then the 2 by the Wave in the third that put them up 5-4. So No one really run away with this game at any point. No one's been able to control it for longer than 5 or 10 minutes, and in that same time frame, we'll have a winner or a loser of this game. Rashad and the ambush taking their time.
And this is where the ambush, I think, struggles. They get a little stagnant offensively, where their guys up top are just kind of waiting for the ball. They got to continue to be moving, make Milwaukee's players move a little bit to create some kind of a mismatch and opportunity.
Third foul of the half for Azqueta. So he's got to watch himself here. Almeida off the wall, long ball, sets up foul zone. Foul zone, hold up play there. He's getting torn apart. Oh, he almost went ski post, and then Rashad follows up. Banger in the ambush lead! What an original attempt by foul zone. What a follow-up.
Well, and well done there by Falzone. Just he knows that we just talked about the fact that he got 3 fouls. He's backing in. He's forcing him to give him a little space, and then a nice quick turn. Just misses to the near post, but Mashad comes in and crushes this one.
What a shot and goal there from Mashad. Banahene able to get up and actually make the play on the ball, but he's too deep. He's behind his own line, and the Mashad goal is pure power. The ambush have struck first in this final frame. It's a 6-5 lead. 5.5 minutes left to go. Live from St. Louis, it's the Wave and the Ambush on MASL TV.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or 2.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. We're nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area, and our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables St. Luke's to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis. St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
We've got a little bit of a wrinkle here for this final 5.5 minutes from St. Charles Family Arena. The ambush just jumped out to a 6-5 lead over the Wave. And the Wave have taken out their goaltender, William Banahene, for their backup, Geraldo Perez, number 30. More adept with the ball as he's now playing up as an offensive player here with the Wave as they are down 1 goal with 5:15 left to play. A very aggressive move from first-year head coach Marcio Leete.
Yeah, I mean, if he feels that comfortable with that Perez can help them offensively, we've seen teams do this before.
Ray's up high. Steinwasser on the corner. There's Ray, or Perez, excuse me. Augie Ray, the other backup goaltender for this team. Not in uniform today. It is, again, Geraldo Perez. Sanchez from the left side shuffles it over to Perez. 4:40 left to play here. Milwaukee Wave need 1 goal. They almost got it. Alex Sanchez, what a shot. Second time he's almost scored from that distance.
Yeah, and he had one like that the other night in Kansas City, and he is so good at putting balls on goal from distance.
Geraldo Perez settles things, restarts things for the Wave as they get down the left side with Sanchez. Back to Sanchez again, just keeps resetting that button there. Oh, he had Steinwasser on the back end, but he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I think he caught Steinwasser a little off guard there, because if he would have known it was coming, that's an easy tap in with your left foot.
A perfect pass from Sanchez. You'd want that every time.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That's a man with over 20 assists last year, because vision, the placement, perfect. But the readiness factor from Steinwasser not up to snuff. Sanchez tried to cut inside. He's got O'Keefe trying to dummy him. Can't do it. Alvarez, oh, he completely whiffs on the big shot there. And they almost lose it there. Oh, Will Eske tried to get off the attempt against the empty net. I think he wasted a really golden chance there to put a nail in a coffin, Mark.
Yeah, and I think he was more trying to play it actually to Togba than try and drive it on goal. And Alvarez won that foot race.
So the Wave trying to play this game essentially 6-on-5 to get this game-tying shot. Oh, Geraldo Perez, the goalie, almost put it away. What a shot attempt.
And a good opportunity here now for the Ambush to get a few changes. I think we got a timeout call by the Ambush.
No surprise there. Donnie Alberti and Jeff Locker need to talk things over, see how they want to attack this new look of the Wave. The thing there with Will Eske, though, is the way that that ball had fallen. If he takes that and dribbles it himself, he probably scores.
Yeah, because if he dribbles it himself, it creates a little bit more of an opportunity. Even to hit it one time is such a tough ball. But I do think he was trying to play that through to Togba, and Togba loses that foot race with Alvarez.
Ambush now leads 6-5. 3:09 left to play. Milwaukee Wave 2-0 under their first-year head coach, but longtime assistant head coach and teammate, Marcio Leite. Start off 2-0 against two of the best teams in the league. In the Sockers and the Comets, of course, you heard Mark updating us earlier. The Comets all over Utica City, in Utica City, tonight with a big win. So that victory by the Wave, nothing to slouch at. So this would be a huge coup for the Ambush for their first win of the season. If they can maintain this 6-5 lead over this 3:09 and walk out of here with a victory.
Well, a victory, and then give them a little bit of confidence to pick up and go on the road to Empire, to take on Empire. It was a good time out there by Jeff Locker. Give the guys a little bit of breather, get a little bit organized, because I think, you're going to see this for the last 3 minutes. Milwaukee's going to do the same thing. They're going to pull Perez up, try and create a mismatch a little bit, and try and get themselves back in this game.
We'll see if it works. Even if it doesn't, though, you got to love the move by the rookie head coach saying, I'm going to go to my backup tender who's more the offensive player to try to get a win here. If you have a weapon, if you have a drill bit, why not try to make a hole?
Yeah, and I mean, in talking to Marcio before the game, I mean, this is a guy who was a leader and a coach while he was on the field.
Yep.
He was directing traffic a lot, so this is not something new to him.
And also, this probably comes from the experience of a guy who maybe in some late games last year or over the years was saying, listen, I love William, but there's been times where we've been down a goal where having a goalie to control the ball would be more comfortable for us as attackers.
Yeah.
And so that's something where the playing inside of this system that Oliveira started, and again, they've made some changes to the system, but he said the basic tenets of the Milwaukee Wave have not changed with the head coach, because obviously he has been a head assistant coach on this team. He's been part of Giuliano's staff for a long time. So they've kind of have added things to this team to make them better. This, I would say, is something they've added to this team to make themselves better.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many similarities because of him playing for Giuliano. Now he just brings in a few new wrinkles. This is a very experienced team, and I think he's comfortable with making a few changes here and there.
Geraldo Perez, the tender, up now with the attackers. Him and Alvarez playing a little keep away. So it's a 6-5 lead for the Ambush, but the Wave playing 6-on-5 here with their goaltender up in the attack. Alvarez dummies one, fakes one, puts a shot on. Tristan Austin can't clear it cleanly. So minute 50 here. Essentially becomes a power play to win it all for the ambush. Paolo keeps his hands on that one inside the box. All clean. Ambush retained.
Ambush doing a good job there, keeping it. If you're gonna do this, and Perez is gonna be the one to beat you, then okay. But you can let him go have opportunities. They're doing a good job of keeping the ball away from Sanchez, who we've seen how dangerous he can be from out.
Minute 35 left in this game. Ambush nursing a one-goal lead. Obviously, Alberti and Locker want to talk things over. In your opinion, what do you think the strategy is going to look like here for the Ambush to try to win this game in this final third?
I think it's just going to be organized and keep the ball out of the hands of Sanchez. Try and keep the ball away from him, and then if you do get it, you don't have to just try and shoot, try and drive it down the field. Go ahead and get somebody. Let's get somebody to take it down there, get it down, and hold the ball, and let's kill some time and keep the ball. Because the last thing you want to do is defend, win it, and give it right back away.
And right out of the gate, none of those offensive killers for the Wave are going to start this reset. Correo, Walls, Grable, Ludwig, and Alex Steinwasser. No Ferdinand, no Bennett, no Alvarez, no Sanchez.
Well, he's going to put these guys out here to win this ball back. And the minute they win it back and get it under control, I bet you at least 4 of these yellow guys are headed towards the bench.
By the way, one comment we had before the game when we were talking with Marcio and we talked about it during the game is the impact that Ricardo Carvalho usually has in these games. And he was having an impact early. He goes down with an injury, and the Ambush now still have a chance to win. It's pretty much proven now across the last 2 years. If the Wave have Ricardo Carvalho, they have a good chance of winning. But if they don't, the Ambush have a chance of taking one away.
Yeah, well, I mean, Carvalho just his experience, and he's cool and calm under pressure, as was Marcio Leite when he played.
Leite was one of my favorite players to call these last few years. Love getting a chance now to talk to him as a coach. He was an absolute demon in that yellow jersey for the Wave, and now the Wave will get the exact chance you were speaking of, a reset in their offensive zone, which means in short order we will get Ian Bennett, Alex Sanchez, Mario Alvarez, and Max Ferdinand all to try out there. The only consolation prize for the Ambush, as the leader is talking about, is instead of Ricardo Carvalho, it's Javier Steinwasser as the 5th player out there. Because other than that, we're looking at about 1,300 points or so on the field for the Wave, and we are going to have another timeout because these teams realize they're getting these chances to strategize these final moments. They're trying to find exactly what could happen. Only 30 seconds off the clock. Minute 20 left now as the Ambush try to hold off the Wave.
Same situation for the Ambush. You know, get set up, defend well, try not to give that open look and let them get that open shot. Will be interesting to see what Milwaukee does with Perez. Will he get involved in this play a little bit? And maybe he's not involved, but if he can draw enough of a look from the defender that maybe takes one step over, it could be enough that if a ball gets played to another player, he can't get there to block it.
I know these are essentially probably like set plays that they practice a lot and things like that, but if I was Marcio with the way that this game has been going right now, Oscar Flores would be in my 5-man group right now. He'd be in instead of Steinwasser. I'd stick him a little bit closer to like the elbow region, the paint region, and I'd kind of base it off potentially him winning a ball there.
Well, I mean, he's in, and you know, as you say that, if you take a peek out there, guess who's out there now?
Oh,
Flores.
Well, although it's not Steinwasser that has replaces Oscar Flores has replaced. It looks Mario Alvarez.
Max Ferdinand.
Oh no, excuse me. Yes, Max Ferdinand. My apologies. So Max Ferdinand, a little shorter, get a couple extra added inches with Oscar Flores right there in the middle, and that's exactly where he's going to stand.
Well, and you're going to put Flores in the box here to create a little bit of havoc inside the box. And be careful here for the Ambush that if Robert Williamson, if they get a pick and a ball over the top to where it would block Robert Williamson coming out, for Alex Sanchez coming over to getting a ball over the top to try and volley towards the goal.
We'll see how much of this prediction we get right Alvarez drops to Bennett. Bennett fires it in, and it's literally stuck in the back corner. He put it so hard. Absolute placement. The ball hasn't even moved from its spot. My Lord. The hat trick for Bennett, and it's one of the prettier ones he's ever had.
And that's why you call a timeout. You got to look at the way the ambush was set up. He makes that run and just puts the ball on goal. That's the key with a lot of these players and a lot of teams, is putting the ball on the goal. If you put it on goal, you got a chance to score. If you don't put it on goal, you're not going to score.
That was an unbelievable shot. The ball literally lodged itself in the corner as we are now tied at 6 apiece here. Just a minute 18 left to play. Are we playing this game just through regulation, or are we adding a frame on? 69 seconds now between that and the decision. And Jadeja goes down, pushed by Tony Walls. No call. He'll uncurl, get back up. And Geraldo Perez.
Quite the matchup there with Jadeja and Tony Walls, two big, strong players.
Foul zone. They're all on Steinwasser. 4 players ambushed right there. Colin O'Keefe has to make a decision here. Gets to Walls, but it's off the pass. Steinwasser off the wall. Now they get it to Paolo. 39 seconds for the ambush. Paolo trying to pick out a pass. Long ball here. Off the wall. Falzone can't get position. Briggs. Eske. One-on-one. Steinwasser. Sanchez has got help with him. Off the wall. There it is. Briggs couldn't get the shot off. Falzone, then Briggs couldn't get the other rebound. 16 seconds. Falzone. Martinez out to O'Keefe on the right wing. 13 seconds to go. 10 seconds left here. Eske. One-on-one versus Javier. Steinwasser. The ball's going to go out of bounds. Off the wave. Ambush will get one more shot at this one in regulation.
And I don't think they have their timeout here to use. So they're going to try and see if they can pull something out here at 6 seconds left.
6 seconds left. 6 goals on the board for each team. Falzone try. Torrealba off the wall. Eske 1-0. We're going to extra soccer here on MASL TV. The Wave tied this thing's up 6-6. We're going to overtime. We're back in 90 seconds here on MASL TV. Pursuant to MLS Rule 7.4, if the score is tied at the end of the fourth quarter, we play overtime. We will have 10 minutes of sudden death soccer here for you on MASL TV. It's the Ambush and the Wave live from the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. 10 minutes of sudden death soccer. If by some miracle between the way these two teams are playing, we do not get a goal in those 10 minutes, we will then move to a shootout procedure in this game. If that does happen, we'll explain the shootout to you as well. We'll have to go down a little bit more deeper into Rule 7.4. But until then, 10 minutes of sudden death soccer coming up here on MASL TV. Obviously, the strategy resets for both these teams, and that means the big man, William Bonahene, back between the pipes for the Milwaukee Wave.
For now.
For now, exactly.
Depending on how things go here.
Do you think we'll see maybe an open field substitution for the goalie if they retain possession?
Possibility.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, if he feels that comfortable with Perez coming on and playing that way. By the way, Perez makes a big save right there at the end. I think it was maybe O'Keefe that had a shot that could have got the ambush out of here with a victory, but makes a big kick save to keep things going.
What a game this has been. The ambush took the first lead 2-0. Milwaukee made it 2-1. Things were knotted up at 2 apiece. Ambush had another lead. Then we had the other 2-goal back-to-back run there from the Wave. Their first lead at 5-4. Tied up at 5-5 by the Ambush. Ambush take the 6-5 lead, and then we get here with a late game set-piece goal by Ian Bennett. He finishes off the hat trick. This thing is tied up at 6-6. And now you, back at home, get extra Arena League soccer to watch on your afternoon.
And Milwaukee doing this without Ricardo Cavalla.
Unbelievable.
Who's a little banged up, got a knock in the end of the second quarter and has not played at all in this second half.
The Wave will start with this ball. Sudden death, first ball that moves the net. Sends us all home. Paolo takes an easy bounce there and rolls it to Machad. He's got Torrealba as his short pass to his left, but he's going to go right to Paolo. Paolo pressured by Bennett's going to get a little push here. Ball off the wall to Daduka. Daduka tries to put the header in the middle for Gates. Gates fighting for it, but he loses that one. Ian Bennett and company turning things around there. Flores can't win that one. Williamson to Gates. Gates, he's got Torrealba on the overlap. Torrealba on the overlap. Torrealba! Oh, just wide. First chance of the overtime goes to the Ambush.
Well done by Gates, taking him on there and just laying that off perfectly for Torrealba to poke it towards the far post.
Esque thought about it and rethought it. Torrealba loves that left side wing. He's got Sanchez. Esque looks for a seam to crash the net through. As they reset things here, he comes in a circular motion back into the middle. But Briggs gets it to Torrealba. Foul zone, and Azqueta fighting in front of Bonahene. Torrealba, 1-on-1 versus Sanchez. He beats him to the left. Another shot from Torrealba off the wall. Machad off the wall again, though. Torrealba's got a chance here. 1v1 versus Sanchez. Cuts inside, gets a shot, and he's back on the wall, on the ground. He beats Bonahene, and the Ambush win! Daniel Torrealba, the new Ambush, sends them home winners for the first time this season.
Milwaukee had done a really good job of getting help those last two plays. Torrealba one-on-one with Alex Sanchez, a player who we talked about is so dangerous, but he's not the greatest defensively. Torrealba just continued to take him on and get that one little stutter step opened up just enough for him to slide that in low to the near post.
An incredible goal by Daniel Torrealba. He seemed possessed in this overtime period. Every time he touched the ball, he was threatening, and then finally, it seemed like the easiest, most simple chance of all of them is the one that he's able to slide past William Bonahene on the ground, and the Ambush finally put one in the win column. 7-6 in overtime. The Ambush winners tonight over the Milwaukee Wave. A huge game for Jeff Locker and company.
Big win for the Ambush here. Get out the schneid, get a win, and this is a really good Milwaukee team that we're going to see 3 more times here in St. Louis.
San Diego and Kansas City.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah, this is a big win for St. Louis.
Most importantly, it proved that Milwaukee able to be defeated by a team with 2 names.
Yeah.
San
There you
Diego and KC struggle with the wave, but the injury to Ricardo Carvalho, just like we were talking about, a big reason why the Ambush needed just 6 goals to send this one to overtime. We talked to Marcio Leite before the game. He said the goal was to hold the Ambush to 5 goals, but they get to 6 in regular season. We go down now to Marcio Leite talking with Aston Fry here in the postgame.
Hey Ambush fans, Ashton Fry here with head coach for the Milwaukee Wave, Marcio Leite. You guys had a good match. It was an even. How does it feel to play in St. Louis Ambush's home and not pull off the win, but how does it feel overall?
Right now it's frustrating, obviously. We wanted to get a better result. I'm proud of the boys for fighting all the way to the end and getting that point, I guess. But we wanted to win. We wanted to win. I think the feeling within the team is disappointment right now, but congratulations to the Ambush. They had a great game plan. They were very effective with it, and they got the win.
And as a former Milwaukee Wave player, you have a certain knowledge that some coaches can't bring to the table. How do you feel your coaching aspect changes with the team?
We were not changing much from last year. Obviously, we're adding little things here and there. But today, I didn't feel that we were the same team as the other 2 games. I think that playing back-to-back and the bus ride and everything from Kansas, the guys didn't have that quick step that we had the first 2 games. So we had to adjust, but again, I'm proud of their effort. I know the guys were tired, but again, whenever we put the Wave uniform, we're expecting to win.
And what are you guys looking to implement in the next match?
Right now, it's recovering. I mean, some guys are banged up, so the next few sessions will be recovery and preparing ourselves to play Baltimore at home on Friday.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
And that is Aston Fry talking over with Marcelo Leite. Obviously, a very tough start for the season for the Wave. They start 2-1, but all these games have been away. They finally get to go home to Milwaukee and play a home game.
Yeah, they'll look forward to heading home and going home 2-1.
And we're going to head back down here. Aston Fry joined by Colin O'Keefe of the victorious Ambush.
Hi, my name's Ashton Fry. I'm here with St. Louis Ambush player Colin O'Keefe. You had an excellent match tonight. You had 2 goals. How does it feel making those goals and the energy throughout the stadium?
Yeah, I think it felt good to finally get on the score sheet. I think scoring the first goal gave the team a lot of momentum. So yeah, I'm happy to always get on the score sheet.
This is your first win of the season. What do you think you guys want to implement in your following games?
I think we want to stick to the game plan that we put forward today. You know, we stayed compact, we paid attention to details, followed runners, and we had to fight for 60 minutes, but we ended up getting the win.
And playing at home, do you have anything you want to say to the fans?
Oh, thank you so much to all Ambush fans. We appreciate your support and look forward to you at the next home game.
Thank you, Colin.
And that is Aston Fry with Ambush player Colin O'Keefe. The Ambush get a big win, their first of the season, and they do it in impressive fashion in overtime. A 7-6 Ambush win. We'll talk over some of the particulars on the other side. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
Get ready for Filter. Live in concert with Finger 11. And Local H. Friday, March 13th, the Family Arena. Get tickets now at the Carroll House Furniture Box Office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Don't miss this show.
We return to the Family Arena as the ambush on the field to sign autographs for a crowd that got to see a fascinating 6-6 overtime game that ends with an ambush W, 7-6 win. Matthew Rocchio here with Mark Moser to close things out. Just a fascinating game that we got to see tonight, Mark.
Yeah, both teams, I thought, played well. Had their struggles here and there, but both teams and both teams kind of traded blows the whole game.
Speaking of that, we can watch some of these traded blows. Right off the bat, the ambush, they needed to get some gritty goals in Colin O'Keefe. You heard him talk about 2 of his goals. And, man, the ambush came out starting with 2 early ones.
2 early ones and a great finish there by Deduca.
Things then started to rebound a little bit. As we knew it would eventually happen, the Wave were going to be in this game. They weren't going to let this one get away from them. And they came back, streamed forward to a 2-2 tie, including some wonky ones there.
Yeah, and then big one here by Will S.K.
Needed that. Absolutely needed that. But, man, one of the best ones of the day. This is where the game really kind of got a little off kilter, a little hinky here as the ambush, and there's another one here from Bennett. Like I said, a little hinky there. How he scores this goal, I will never quite be able to figure out, Mark Moser. But when it's 4:24, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Another great play here by the Wave, pushing their lead. I believe that one made it 5-4. Ambush, though, get one off the Wallace score a little bit differently this time, off Tony Walls from Colin O'Keefe. And then the ambush continued to keep on streaming down. Jeff Michaud put them up 6-5, an incredible goal there. But Ian Bennett, the man is inevitable, and he would go on to finish off the hat trick, tie this game at 6-6. That sends us to overtime, and, man, this one was a beauty.
Yeah, it just takes his time, a little step to the right, and then beats him near post.
I believe he got the nutmeg, too, on a spread wide. Alex Sanchez on that goal. 7 goals for the ambush. That is more than they scored total in their first 2 games. Why did the ambush finally break through? Why do we see 7 goals on just 21 shots after games where we saw 30 shots in just 3 goals?
Well, and I think there were some more quality opportunities, and that is something that it's not just about the shots, it's about getting quality opportunities, and they did finish those when they had those chances.
They tested Banahene consistently, only 4 block shots from the Wave. Those block shot numbers by the Comets in both of those games were in the double digits. So not only were they putting on good shots that obviously created goals, but even on the shots that Banahene was saving, they were constantly testing the Milwaukee defense. I think that's what eventually allowed so many goals to crack through.
Yeah, a good job by the ambush tonight to change some things up a little bit, create those better scoring chances, and finish those chances to give themselves a big victory here in overtime.
We saw 2 ambush really come out and have their first big games for the ambush, both in their first home games for the ambush. It is the legacy player, John Gates. He has a big game, but also Randy Martinez in his first season with the ambush, playing here in front of the crowd for the first time. He had a fantastic game. Both those guys reserve a little bit deeper on the bench, but they came to play today.
Yeah, Gates played well defensively. Gates sets up that goal that Will S.K. serving a great ball over the top. And Martinez just continued to work and cause problems and force Milwaukee to cough balls up.
And you see the smile on the faces of those ambush players. Always a fun night when you get to hang out with the crowd on the field, sign some of your own photos. But it always feels better after a victory, especially a hard-fought victory like tonight. The ambush walk away with their first win of the season. Marcio Leite and company have to taste defeat for the first time, but they do finally get to head home for their home opener coming up later. The ambush have an away game against the Strikers coming up on the 19th, and they're back here in the Family Arena facing off against those dreaded Comets on December 21st. For Mark Moser, who we will talk again later in the season when we put his rafter, his name and the number up in the banners here at the Family Arena, I'm Matthew Rocchio. This has been The Wave and the Ambush on MASL TV. Have a great night, everyone.
what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or two.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. We're nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area, and our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables St. Luke's to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis. St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.